Hey there! Today we're going to explore an important concept in open source licensing, the ASP loophole. Specifically, we'll look at how the GNU Affero General Public License, or AGPL, works to close this gap. Before diving in, let's first understand what open source means. Now, a lot of people think open source is just about code, but it's more than that. It's about the license that governs how code, designs, or even art can be used. Simply put, what makes something open source is the license attached to it by its creator. There are many types of open source licenses, each with its own rules. Some are more restrictive than others. For example, the GPL family of licenses, particularly GPL v2 and v3, were designed not just to protect creators' rights, but to ensure that any changes made to the code are also kept open. These licenses create what's called an infectious effect, making it necessary for others who modify the code to release their changes under the same terms. GPL licenses are often referred to as viral licenses. This means that if you modify GPL-covered software and then distribute your version, you must also make your modified version open to the public under the same license. The tricky part is that in many cases, even combining proprietary code with GPL-covered code can mean you have to release the whole package as open source. Here's where things got complicated for GPL v3. As off-premise software solutions, like SaaS, became more popular, the GPL struggled to keep up. It only required developers to release modified versions of their software if they were distributing it. So, what happens if you're not distributing the software but offering it via remote access, like a SaaS product? This became known as the ASP loophole. To address this, the AGPL was created. This version of the license specifically tackles the issue by treating network use as a form of distribution. In other words, if you modify AGPL-covered code and provide it to users over a network, you have to release the source code, even if it's only available remotely. Section 13 of the AGPL is key here. It states that if you modify the program and allow users to interact with it remotely, you must give them access to the corresponding source code. So, if your SaaS product is based on modified AGPL-covered software, you're obligated to make the source code available to the public. The main difference between GPL v3 and AGPL is when the obligation to release source code kicks in. Under GPL, it's triggered by distribution. Under AGPL, it's triggered by modification and network use. In conclusion, the AGPL was introduced to close the ASP loophole and ensure that the same open-source principles apply to software delivered over a network. This change has had a major impact on how companies use and modify open-source software in the cloud era. Thank you for watching. We hope this helped clarify the AGPL and its impact on open-source licensing. Stay tuned for more insights, and don't forget to subscribe for future updates.